And before we really get into the book, I want to talk about what's actually happening right now in higher ed. Since 2021, here are just some of the schools that have closed or merged. I'm going to put them up on the screen right next to me. And a lot of these schools were thriving in the 90s and the 2000s. The school right around from me, Cabrini University, was one of the higher academic institutions and successful basketball programs and successful athletic departments in the Philadelphia region. They won national championships in men's lacrosse. They went to the national championship in men's basketball. And quickly, they wind up closing their doors. In Pennsylvania, where I live, Bloomsburg, Lock Haven, and Mansfield merged into Commonwealth University. California, PA, Clarion, and Edinburgh merged into Penn West. Those are three public schools restructuring to survive demographic and financial pressure. And you also see institutions in the news like Rider University and those discussions around financial strain and restructuring. Albright College in Reading publicly reported financial challenges. And Keystone College in La Plume, PA, are facing accreditation and financial scrutiny. I'm not calling anyone out. I have friends at all these institutions. I'm just reporting what has been publicly discussed. This is a pattern, and it's not isolated incidents. So now let's talk about Lourdes because it's so current. They just announced this the other day that they're going to close their doors in the spring of 2026 at the end of the academic year. And leadership cited declining enrollment and unstable financial pressures. They indicated that continued operation was no longer viable under current conditions. That language tells you a lot. That language tells you declining enrollment and revenue was not keeping pace with expenses, limited ability to subsidize losses, and structural imbalance. And that's a pattern across many closures. Multi-year enrollment decline, heavy tuition discounting, operating deficits, shrinking reserves, limited endowment cushions, and increased borrowing. Closures rarely happen because of one bad year. They happen because of 5 or 10 years of pressure that eventually becomes unsustainable. And before we go any further, I'm going to mention one of my books, Don't Pick the Wrong School. It's the companion book to the Athletic Recruiting Roadmap, which is our foundation book. And you don't have to be a senior to read it. In fact, freshmen and sophomores should read it so you understand what you're walking towards long before you have to make that decision.